We usually think of a religious messenger as a cosmic mailman, someone delivering a sealed envelope of philosophical theories that we are expected to accept on faith. The System 19 framework describes the messenger as an integrated mechanical node. They function as a living component plugged directly into an active, unfolding source field. To understand this mechanic, we have to look at the environment. Imagine an ecosystem defined by a severe generational drought, a landscape where the absence of water is the only constant. The people here haven't just lost water, they have adapted to its absence. Their biology, social hierarchies, and very sense of self have been built to survive in a world of absolute scarcity. When one inhabitant discovers a hidden, active spring and drinks from it, the change is immediate and biological. The water restructures their internal state. Their clarity, energy, and physical stability reach a level that is simply not possible for those still living within the drought. This messenger returns to the village without a prepared lecture or a philosophical argument. They return as the physical proof of a newly accessed resource. The messenger functions as living evidence. Their presence forces the environment to choose between its current adaptation and the reality of the spring. This fluid dynamic is encoded in the Arabic phrase Rasu'l Amin. When we deconstruct the letters, we see a description of mechanical flow rather than a moral claim. The word Rasul begins with Ra, conscious observation, leading into Sin, a parallel flowing current. This signal is carried by Lam, the physical channel directing the flow. Thus, a Rasul is a conscious carrier channel, moving a signal through continuous connection. The word Amin comes from the root securing oneself within a total foundational field, like a reservoir wall holding a steady volume. While Mumin is the static, secured state, Amin is the active stream moving outward without corruption. Rasu'l Amin is a mechanical definition. It describes a stabilized conduit that is already secured within the source flow it transmits. Surah Al-Kawthar functions as a topographical schematic of this system, mapping out how the flow enters and interacts with the world. In Stage 1, the messenger connects to an overflowing, inexhaustible source current, an underground aquifer that never runs dry. Stage 2 is alignment. The channel connects to this foundation, allowing the current to stream consciously toward the surface. When this current hits the surface, it interacts with the surrounding resonance field, or shan. The mechanical split created by the flow reveals exactly where the terrain is open to the water and where it is too rigid to change. This interaction reveals the hidden state of the environment. The arrival of the source flow makes the resistance of the surrounding ecosystem visible and measurable. This brings us back to the dry land. If the water is real and the messenger is the proof, why does the population resist? The resistance is a systemic byproduct of the drought. To accept the water, the inhabitants would have to dismantle their inherited structures, habits, and identities they built specifically to survive in a world of scarcity. The presence of the spring is a threat to the equilibrium of the old system. The more a person's identity is anchored in the drought, the more violently they react to the flow. This reaction manifests as the historical insults directed at messengers. Calling them magicians or deceivers is an attempt to invalidate the signal and protect the stagnant state of the environment. By dismissing the water as an illusion, the ecosystem avoids the difficult work of tearing down its old foundations to make room for the flood. In this mechanical framework, belief is not an intellectual agreement with a historical claim. Belief is the active decision to step into the total source field, aligning oneself with the system and dropping all resistance to the current. Whether the inhabitants choose to enter the water or stand on the banks hurling insults, the messenger's internal state remains unchanged. They are already drinking from the spring. The proof of the secured messenger lies in the stability of their signal. They have become the living, flowing alignment they